Have you ever felt that no matter how hard you try, money simply doesn't stay in your hands, as if something invisible were always blocking your prosperity? Well, know that this might be connected to something you never imagined: your shoes. That's right. What you put on your feet might be directly influencing your luck, abundance, and even your vital energy. There exists a powerful technique based on ancient Buddhist knowledge that can quickly change this. In this video, I'll show you a simple but extremely transformative ritual using just a bay leaf. And the best part, as soon as you do this, you may begin to notice immediate signs of change, like unexpected money, opportunities appearing out of nowhere, and a feeling of lightness. So if you feel that your financial life is stuck, or that bad luck follows you, stay with me until the end, because today you'll learn how to unblock your prosperity once and for all. The energy of objects. Have you ever stopped to think about the energy that objects around you carry? Everything we touch, use, and keep nearby absorbs our vibration and also influences our emotional state, our luck, and even our prosperity. Personal objects, especially those we use daily, function as energy sponges. They store emotions, experiences, and in many cases, even blockages that prevent the flow of abundance in our lives. Imagine that piece of clothing that brings good memories just by wearing it, or that accessory that seems to give you more confidence when you use it. This is not a coincidence. Just as a perfume can transport us to a special moment, objects carry memories and frequencies that impact our present. But what about when these energies aren't positive? Often we keep things that no longer do us good, but we remain attached to them out of habit or fear of letting go. Inherited items, gifts from people with whom we've had conflicts, or even objects bought in times of difficulty can be impregnated with energies that block our growth. That's why understanding the influence of these objects is a fundamental step for those who wish to attract more prosperity and well-being. And among all the items in our daily lives, there's one that plays a very special role in this energy exchange: shoes. The power of shoes. Shoes are more than simple accessories in our daily lives. They accompany us everywhere, absorbing the energies of the environments we step on and recording the experiences we live along the way. Each step we take leaves an energetic mark, just as each place we walk also leaves a vibrational impression on us. And here's where we begin to notice something very important. Shoes can become a true reservoir of energies, both positive and negative. Think about how many places you've been in the last few days. Busy streets, markets, offices, spaces loaded with stress, worries, and even disagreements. All of this can become impregnated in the soles of your shoes, just like the dust and dirt we can see. But energy isn't visible to the naked eye, and that's precisely why we often neglect this invisible accumulation. Have you noticed how some people arrive home feeling exhausted even without having done anything physically tiring? Or how an environment can seem heavy without an apparent explanation? These are direct manifestations of energies accumulated throughout the day. Many spiritual traditions teach that we should take off our shoes when entering the house. This simple act doesn't just have a hygienic purpose, but also an energetic one. It's a way of not bringing the vibrations we've collected along the way into our sacred space. However, just taking off the shoes isn't enough. If they remain impregnated with negative energies, whenever we put them on again, we'll be reconnecting our energy to everything we want to leave behind. That's why it's essential to know how to clean and energetically rebalance our shoes. And there's a powerful element that can help us in this process. Bay leaves carry a force that transcends ages and cultures. In the spiritual world, Bay leaves have always been seen as a magnet for positive energies, being used in purification rituals, attraction of prosperity, and even as a shield against envy and bad vibrations. But the most fascinating thing about bay leaves isn't just in their historical symbolism, but in their energy. They have a natural power of transmutation. That is, they're capable of absorbing dense energies and transforming them into something positive. That's why even today, many people keep bay leaves in their wallets, inside their homes, or in their businesses, believing they open paths and bring good opportunities. And this makes a lot of sense if we think that our shoes carry not only the dust of the path, but also the energies of the places we pass through. It makes perfect sense that we need something to help renew this vibration. Bay leaves enter exactly here as an energy filter, a guardian that prevents us from carrying with us what doesn't belong to us and may be blocking our prosperity. But simply having bay leaves isn't enough. For them to really work, you need to use them in the right way and with the correct intention. And that's exactly what we're going to learn now. A simple but extremely powerful ritual to align the energy of your shoes with abundance and open the doors to a new phase in your life. The Bay Leaf Ritual. This is a simple but extremely powerful process because it doesn't just involve the bay leaf itself, but your intention and connection with the energy you wish to attract. Choose a calm moment. Before starting, be in a quiet environment where you can concentrate without interruptions. This isn't a ritual to be done in a hurry because your energy at the moment of practice directly influences the results. Get 2 bay leaves. If they're natural, even better, as they carry more energetic strength. Observe the leaves, feel their texture, and visualize that they will be a channel to transform your vibration. Each side of the body has a specific energetic function, and the place where you put the bay leaf in the shoe influences the type of energy that will be worked on. Right shoe represents action, decision, materialization, and the rational side of life. If you desire more financial prosperity, new professional opportunities, or courage to make important decisions, place the bay leaf in the right shoe. Left shoe is connected to intuition, emotions, and the more spiritual and receptive side. If your desire is more related to emotional healing, protection, or openness to new effective connections, then the bay leaf should go in the left shoe. If you feel you need to balance your life as a whole, attracting prosperity while keeping your energy protected and aligned, place 1 leaf in each shoe. This way, you harmonize the forces of action and intuition. Place the shoes side by side, preferably in a location where they will remain undisturbed during the night. This allows the bay leaf to work without interference while you sleep. Before sleeping, reinforce your intention. Close your eyes for a few moments and visualize the negative energy being dissolved and prosperity flowing to you. Express gratitude as if you've already received what you desire. Discard the leaves the next morning. When you wake up, remove the leaves from the shoes and discard them in a garden, plant pot, or running water. This symbolizes renewal and the continuous flow of abundance. Then put on the shoes and go about your day with the certainty that the energy around you has been transformed. This ritual is powerful because it combines the energy of the bay leaf with the energetic alignment of your own body. But for it to really work, there's an essential factor that needs to be worked on: intention and mindset. The power of intention. No ritual, no matter how powerful, will have an effect if your mind and heart aren't aligned with what you wish to attract. The bay leaf, the shoes, the choice of right or left side, all of these are tools. but the real transformation happens within you. Intention isn't just a loose thought, but a real energy capable of shaping your reality. When you place a bay leaf in your shoe, it's not the object itself that brings change, but the emotional charge and certainty you place in this act. You're programming your mind to see and accept new possibilities, and that makes all the difference. Have you noticed how people who believe they're lucky really do seem luckier? This happens because they vibrate at that frequency, recognize opportunities when they appear, and act with confidence. The opposite is also true. Those who believe they're always destined for failure consciously close themselves off from good chances, ignore paths that could lead them to success, and in the end, confirm their own negative belief. That's why when performing the bay leaf ritual, your mental posture is essential. If you do it without believing, just as a mechanical gesture, the results will be weak or non-existent. Now, if you put your genuine intention into it, visualize your life changing, and feel gratitude as if it were already happening, you create such strong energy that you'll inevitably attract what you desire. A powerful tip is to reinforce the intention every day, even after discarding the leaves in the morning. Before putting on your shoes, take a deep breath, close your eyes for a few seconds, and visualize your goal. Imagine already living that reality. This small habit not only reinforces the effect of the ritual, but also conditions your brain to act in tune with prosperity. Signs that the ritual is working. And how do you know if the ritual is working? The signs may be subtle at first, but when you begin to notice changes, everything becomes even more evident. Now let's understand how to identify these transformations in your life. Energy begins to move in subtle ways even before the big changes happen. If you're applying the ritual with genuine intention, you'll soon notice signs that something is aligning in your favor. And these signs don't always come in the way we expect. Sometimes they're small events that go unnoticed if you're not attentive. One of the first indications that the ritual is working is the presence of synchronicities. You may begin to notice curious patterns, repeated numbers on the clock, find unexpected money on the street, or hear about an opportunity exactly when you need it. These are small messages from the universe showing that you're on the right vibration. Another clear sign is unexpected money. This doesn't necessarily mean winning the lottery, but can manifest in various forms. An unexpected discount on something you need to buy, a gift, a bonus at work, or even an old debt that someone decides to pay suddenly. When your energy is aligned with prosperity, money begins to circulate more fluidly in your life. New opportunities are also a strong indication that the energy of the ritual is active. It could be a professional invitation, a creative idea that appears out of nowhere, or even a person who shows up bringing a solution to a problem that seemed to have no way out. Suddenly, paths open up and everything seems to flow more easily. But perhaps the most important sign is the feeling of inner peace. You begin to feel lighter, safer, as if a weight had been lifted from your shoulders. Worries that used to consume you begin to lose their strength, and you start to trust more in the flow of life. This internal change is essential because it sustains all the external changes that will come. Now, if even after applying the ritual and adjusting your mindset, you feel that things still aren't flowing as you'd like, there may be something deeper blocking your path. The bay leaf ritual can open paths, but if there are internal or external obstacles, this energy may encounter barriers that prevent it from fully manifesting. One of the most common blockers are limiting thoughts. These are those deep beliefs that often you don't even realize you have. but which influence your attitudes and results. Phrases like, "Money is dirty," "You have to suffer to earn money," "Wealth isn't for people like me," "If I have a lot I'll be taking from someone else" may seem harmless, but shape your reality in a negative way. The subconscious always seeks to validate what you believe, so if you have a negative view of prosperity, you'll unconsciously create situations that confirm this belief. Another major blocker comes from negative environments. Disorganized places, full of broken or accumulated objects, carry stagnant energies that directly affect your vibration. Excess clutter can represent mental confusion, while broken objects represent areas of life that aren't working well. Ideally, always keep your space clean, airy, and with items that transmit positive energy. Debts and financial concerns are also major emitters of dense energy. They generate fear, anxiety, and a feeling of scarcity that can keep you trapped in a cycle of difficulty. The first step to overcoming this blocker is to change the relationship you have with money. Instead of seeing your debts as an unbearable weight, see them as commitments that can be resolved little by little. The energy changes completely when you look at your financial situation with more control and clarity instead of desperation and anguish. And finally, one of the heaviest blockers are people who constantly complain, criticize, make you feel incapable or inferior, drain your energy, and can prevent your evolution. Prosperity isn't just about money, but about being surrounded by people who elevate your vibration. If someone around you always devalues your achievements or makes you feel small, reevaluate that relationship. Sometimes to move forward, we need to distance ourselves from certain influences. If you feel that any of these blockers are still present in your life, begin to work to dissolve them. The bay leaf ritual works better when the energy around you is also prepared to receive abundance. Complementary practices. If you truly desire prosperity to be a continuous part of your life, you need to feed this energy every day. The bay leaf ritual opens paths. The removal of blockers allows abundance to flow, but it's what you do day to day that keeps this vibration elevated. Small habits can transform your reality in a profound and permanent way. The first and most powerful complementary practice is daily gratitude. This isn't just a nice concept or a motivational phrase. It's a vibrational frequency that tunes your mind to abundance. When you focus on what you already have and value each achievement, no matter how small, you train your brain to perceive more opportunities. A simple habit can change everything. Before sleeping or upon waking, list at least 3 things for which you are grateful. It could be something big or small, but do it with true feeling. Generosity also plays a fundamental role. Many people want to receive more, but have difficulty giving. The flow of abundance works like breathing. You inhale and exhale. Keeping everything for yourself out of fear of lacking creates an energetic blockage. It doesn't mean you need to donate large amounts, but practicing small acts of generosity, sharing knowledge, helping someone without expecting anything in return, offering a sincere compliment, strengthens your connection with the energy of prosperity. And finally, trust in the process. This might be the most challenging point because often we want to see immediate results. But abundance has its own rhythm. When you plant a seed, you don't dig up the soil every day to see if the root is growing. You just trust that in the right time it will sprout. With the energy of prosperity, it's the same. The more you let go of anxiety and trust that everything is aligning, the faster the results appear. When you combine the bay leaf ritual with these daily habits, something extraordinary begins to happen. Your reality changes not just because of the bay leaf, the shoes, or the practices themselves, but because you have transformed. And when your energy changes, the world around you responds in the same tune. The choice is in your hands. Are you ready to take this step? Now that you've learned this simple but powerful ritual, there's only one thing to do: put it into practice. After all, what's the use of knowing something transformative and not applying it? So tell me, have you ever felt your financial life was stuck? Have you noticed subtle signs trying to show you a path? I want to know your experience, so write here in the comments. And remember, this ritual isn't a rigid rule or a magical solution. It's ancestral wisdom that has crossed generations because it makes sense to many people. Each person has their own time, their own way of interpreting and feeling the energy around them. The most important thing is to open your mind to new possibilities and notice how small changes can bring big results. If this content made sense to you, please leave your like, because that helps me continue bringing videos like this one. And if you're not subscribed yet, take this opportunity to subscribe to the channel and activate notifications so you receive more valuable teachings about prosperity, energy, and life transformation firsthand. And to close with a golden key, share this video with someone who needs to unblock abundance in their life. Who knows, maybe you'll become the channel of prosperity that person has been waiting for. See you in the next video. Gratitude.